Greetings all and welcome to Daily Pali Reading. Today we are going to continue dipping our toes into the Anguttara Nikaya. We are still in the section dealing with the sixes, but this smaller section has to do with threes, T. And we'll see how those go together in just a minute. This is the Ragasuttaṃ. Tayo me bhikkhave Dhamma, kattame tayo. Rago, doso, moho. Ime ko bhikkhave tayo Dhamma. Ime sanko bhikkhave tenang Dhammanang pahanaya tayo Dhamma bhave taba. Kattame tayo. Ragasa pahanaya asupha bhave taba. Dosasa pahanaya metta bhave taba. Mohasa pahanaya panya bhave taba. Ime sanko bhikkhave tenang Dhammanang pahanaya ime tayo Dhamma bhave tabati patamang. So just like before, we have a number and then the demonstrative pronoun, and they are run together. Tayome is actually tayo, the masculine nominative plural of the number 3, joined together with the word ime, also masculine nominative plural. Then, of course, we have our bhikkhave, our postpositive vocative, O monks, and Dhamma, also masculine nominative plural. Dhamma, we've said many times, has many meanings. Here, I think a good way to translate, to wrap our heads around Dhamma is mental dispositions. But overall, these are qualities or phenomena. So there are these 3 mental dispositions, O monks. Kattame, this is our interrogative. Which 3? Kattame tayo. Which 3? What are the 3? Now we get a list of the 3. Rago, doso, moho. The 3 blemishes, I think later on they are, maybe, I don't know if it's just Mahayana referred to as the 3 poisons. Rago, passion, lust, comes from a word meaning coloring. And also, for those who are interested in improvisation and in Indian traditional music, this is also where the word raga or modes comes from. Doso, anger, ill will, hatred. Moho, delusion. Ime ko bhikkhave. These indeed, O monks, are the 3 qualities, the 3 mental dispositions. Now, these are clearly not great qualities to have, great mental dispositions to be in possession of. So the Buddha is going to tell us how to overcome these. We have this ime-sang going with tenang and Dhammanang. These are all genitive plurals, masculine genitive plurals. We have a ko here, indeed, and O monks, our postpositive vocative. Then if we look here, pahanaya, for the abandoning. This is the dative singular. So if we just take this in order to this point, or roughly in order, for the abandoning of these 3 mental dispositions, then we go on, tayo Dhamma, 3 qualities, bhave taba, should be developed. Bhave taba is the future passive participle from bhaveti, to produce, increase, cultivate, develop. And we've said before that future passive participles carry with them a sense of obligation. So, putting that all together, there are 3 qualities which should be developed for the abandoning of these 3 qualities which were just mentioned, or 3 mental dispositions that were just mentioned at the very first of this sutta. And now we actually can get a sense of why this is included in the 6s. There were these 3 negative mental dispositions, and then there are these 3 qualities that can be developed to overcome them. And even I don't need a calculator to compute that 3 plus 3 is 6. Katame tayo, which three qualities should be developed? We can look over here, skip over to asubha, the impure, the not beautiful. Now in the singular, I believe this is neuter, but like dhammang, its plural is masculine. So this is a masculine nominative plural, the impurities. And then we have bhavetaba, our future passive participle, and it is agreeing with asubha. It is also nominative masculine plural. So the impurities should be developed, and I think we have to understand that meditation on the impurities should be developed. Pahanaya, for the overcoming of raga, of passion or lust. Here, this is a genitive singular. And then this form will repeat 2 more times. Metta, loving kindness, should be developed for the overcoming of anger and greed, ill will. For the overcoming of moha, delusion, wisdom should be developed. One quick note on bhavetaba. These 3 occurrences that we just had, bhavetaba looks the same, but strictly speaking, in the first instance, bhavetaba is masculine nominative plural. It's going with asubha. In the second 2, bhavetaba is agreeing with feminine singular, feminine nominative singular, metta and panya. So even though they look the same, this idea that they're agreeing still holds. Meaning that if there were a word that ended in ang, we would expect to find bhavetabang. And to finish up this sutta, we have an almost exact repeat of the second sentence, except there is the insertion of this word ime, once again our masculine nominative plural. So the Buddha finishes by saying, "Indeed, O monks, ime tayo dhamma." These 3 qualities should be developed, pahanaya, for the abandoning of these 3 mental dispositions. Then we have our ti, which closes the quotation, and pattamang, meaning this is the first instance of this subject matter in this section. One last point, the interesting thing about these 3 mental dispositions, these blemishes, these poisons, is that you might think that there's something that you just kind of, oh yeah, we will get rid of those and then we'll continue pursuing the Buddhist path. No, this is actually the completion of the path, of the training. When these 3 blemishes are done away with, that, I believe, is when arahantship is attained. Not before then. We can have all the enlightening, awakening experiences. We can have many, many, but without abandoning these 3 blemishes, arahantship, that is to say, true liberation, is still ahead of us. Peace, everyone.